Hello and welcome to the newest episode of A Filmmaker Plays Red Dead Redemption 2. For those of you who are joining us on YouTube, thank you for coming through or watching the VOD. It's always nice to see you guys a few days later. And if those of you who are joining us live, hello, I hope you enjoy this episode. Now, Arthur is looking quite rough. So let's maybe see what we did last time. Saw those two strange boys and the girl they claimed to love once again. This time, it was real strange. I mean, it was strange before this time it was, well, real strange. They got me to push them off a waterfall in a barrel. They both somehow survived, just about, but then they turned on the girl and went off together like two happy peas in a pod. Not sure what to think about the whole business. Yeah, those guys are weird. We got a funky tree. Captain Monroe. Saw Captain Monroe again, a good man in a difficult situation. I wonder if maybe Arthur can relate a bit to Captain Monroe. This dump must seem a long way from the West Point in Washington. He cares about the natives, but he ain't too friendly with the local regiment. Helping him distribute some vaccines, others were not so keen to offer about. Sir Albert again, bored of fighting animals, he tried to fight gravity. Again, he somehow survived. I hope he will now retire from a life even more dangerous and idiotic than mine. Hamish and I got to chatting, then we went hunting this wolf he'd been after, and we suddenly realised the bastards were hunting us, not the reverse. Eventually I got the pack leader and they left us be. Real lucky escape. Pelt's nice though. Things went from bad to worse with the army. I was not wrong. The local regiment's colonel despises Colonel Monroe and planned to destroy him. Charles and I rescued Monroe and probably ruined his life in the process. I hope he can find peace somehow. After putting him on a train, I bumped into that nun, Sister Calderon, bound for Mexico. She gave me a few home truths about existing in the world and perhaps the next. Maybe I have got something to hope for. Anyway, it all sounded very pretty and took away all the dread I'd been feeling. That's good. I'm glad Arthur is feeling a bit better. Now we are actually finally going to get to see, probably, the redemption part of Red Dead Redemption. Let's go have a wee visit with Charlotte, who apparently wants to talk with us. We might have already seen this cutscene, it might not have saved from the last time. So we'll have a wee look-see. Okay, we've already seen this cutscene.
My. I was one.
Yeah. So that cutscene played at the end of the last part, it just clearly hadn't saved.
Please go on in and help yourself to anything you need. What's mine is yours.
Okay.
Oh, that's very kind. Yeah.
We say as we're galloping away at the fastest of speeds. Let's head to camp and get a rest in. And then we'll see what we can do next. Okay, how the fuck could you... Hello.
Someone's coming. Okay, fella.
How have I ended up with both the revolvers again? I'm just not a fan of the visual aesthetic of dual wielding. Like, I think there's very few cases in which dual wielding actually looks as cool as people think it does. I feel like that's the thing that's come along more the more I've actually used firearms and weaponry myself. Like, it comes from a place of practical knowledge.
You okay, boy? Yeah. More, of course. Give me
There we go. Now let's just continue onwards. But I hope everyone's had a pretty good week so far. As we're taking some time to ride. Mine's been pretty solidly okay, you know? Nothing to write home about, but nothing terrible. Taking my niblet, for lack of a better description. Hate that word, but it's the closest thing we have to gender neutral niece / nephew. To their first Pride Month celebration on Saturday, which will be good. Might be some photos on the old Skye Blacke Instagram from that. I mean, I'm going to be going all gothed up, so obviously I'm going to take some photos. You don't put on all that makeup and leather and hairspray to not highlight it. You know what I'm saying? Hey, Pearson. Pearson's starting to sound fairly exhausted. Camp is pretty deserted. What?
Where'd he go?
I don't know. He left me a note. Told me I should do the same.
Why?
Well, I think he's worried.
Swanson's gone.
He's a right to be worried. You worried?
Sure, but I still think maybe things will turn out okay. You'll steer Dutch right. I know you will.
I'll try, Miss Grimshaw. Really, I will.
Okay, so Reverend Swanson left.
Abigail.
Hi.
Uncle.
Yep.
You can see just how tense everyone is by the responses here. Like, no one is really saying anything. Right, let's get some sleep in, see if we can get Arthur to recover a wee bit. Get some of that health back. There we go. Back up to as full strength as we can be.
Hi, Uncle.
Morning, I suppose.
So you're still here?
Of course. I ain't going nowhere.
Well, just keep your eyes open.
Uh-huh.
Morning.
Morning, Arthur.
No place like home, huh?
What are we gonna do about all this, Arthur?
Just hang in there. We'll work something out.
Uh-huh.
There's Karen still asleep. Pearson. Haven't seen Mary Beth in a while.
Morning.
Good morning.
I'm wondering who else has
How
left
you
camp.
holding up? Not so good. What are we gonna do, Mr. Morgan?
I don't know.
Just hang in there, okay? We'll just soldier on, I guess.
Oh, there's Mary Beth. Oh, we can have a wee chat with her.
You okay, Arthur? Sit down. Please.
Oh, well, this is scandalous. Conversation in our underwear.
I'm fine.
You don't look fine.
Well, I had some bad news.
Was it Mary?
No, not exactly. That's me. I'm sick.
Sick?
Yeah. I might die.
Oh. I'm so sorry.
Yeah. Me too. Me too.
Maybe you'll get better.
I don't think so.
Not that kind of sickness, Mary Beth.
And I'm sorry.
Sorry, I'm probably giving you motion sickness.
Since then,
Just trying to find a good camera angle.
I've started seeing things differently. I don't know. The whole world seems different somehow.
How so?
I can't explain it. Like better, almost.
Sorry.
That a good thing?
I guess it is. Only sometimes I ain't doing the good thing.
Maybe it's a sign, Arthur. Try. Try to do the good thing.
I guess. Only it ain't always clear what that is. Not with the big stuff.
I know. Trust me, I know.
These are some of my favorite moments in this game.
Long day ahead.
Morning.
You okay, Susan?
All those years and look at us. It's pathetic.
I know. Just ain't sure what to do.
All right.
Hey, Tilly.
Hope we have a better day.
Things are kind of a mess, ain't they?
A mess you boys made. Wasn't me, Mary Beth, Susan, none of us.
What do you want me to say?
Okay, then.
That was kind of out of pocket a bit, Tilly.
Morning.
Poor Karen. Why are you doing this to yourself?
You ain't looking too fine neither.
Okay, I'll leave you to it.
Sure, Arthur.
I'm starting to notice something. And I'm like, I wonder if they're going to put this in for the next Red Dead. No one ever goes to the bathroom in this game. Like, our horses poop at a realistic rate, but we don't. The only pooping is that one guy in Valentine.
To carve a country from man's desire and not some old world juju. Wasn't that a beautiful fantasia, Arthur?
If you say so, Dutch.
Such a beautiful dream. So perfectly rendered.
Nothing of worth
Good
to
morning,
say.
Arthur.
Hey. What's wrong?
What happened to loyalty, Arthur?
I keep asking myself the same question.
Whatever you say. Hey,
See, this is an example of just blind loyalty from Javier.
Hello.
Because he...
you okay, friend?
Never better.
Dutch. You're breaking his heart. You know that.
Did he tell you to say this to me, friend?
No. But I know.
Dutch, and that fool at his ear, they're gonna kill every last one of us. I see that now.
Who's all that shouting?
Yep.
Also, that's probably the most outwardly rebellious thing that that Arthur has ever said.
Yep.
Right, where's the nearest stable so that we can sell this horse? There's a stable actually in Van Horn on our way to Micah. Okay. Yeah, that's the most outwardly rebellious thing Arthur, I think, has said. But yeah, Harvey has a good example of what we can consider to be blind loyalty, where... And, like, knowing Javier's backstory, again, he was one of the people who was saved by Dutch. It kind of makes sense. And Arthur's response there about, like, I'm asking myself the same thing about what happened to loyalty. It's Dutch and Javier are talking about loyalty to Dutch, and Arthur is talking about loyalty to the group and the... Don't think we've got this one. We have. And to the ideals that the group initially presented themselves with. You gotta be loyal to something that is also loyal to you. You know, be that friends, family, beliefs, political, religious. You need these things to stand by you as much as you stand by it. Because quite often, and I think Dutch could be a case like this, where people don't quite realize, and early chapters Arthur as well, people don't quite realize the power they wield in social situations and social dynamics. Like, whichever, for example, if you're friends with someone, and I had this happen to me fairly recently, what's this?
Alright, simmer down.
Yeah, you're funny, like a hole in the head.
Okay. I had this happen to me quite recently. If, say, you are the member of a friendship, or any relationship where you're the one who comes to people and you are the one who needs to ask, you know, initiate every conversation and effectively ask this person for their time. That person, the person who puts the least amount of effort in, has the most amount of power in a relationship. And, you know, Arthur and Dutch, for example, Oh, Javier in Dutch. Thank you for the Skydrate, Boverly. Lovely to see you in the chat. Like, everyone in Dutch, and that's one of the way Dutchess holds on to power, is that he doesn't put any effort into his relationships. He's amassed power in such a way that he doesn't need to put effort in. So everyone is constantly scrambling for his approval. And we saw this with early chapter Arthur as well, with John and Lenny. And a lot of characters. Sean, they were all scrambling for Arthur's approval, and Arthur didn't really need to put much effort into their relationships.
Take care.
God damn it. Well, I guess we're walking to Micah's. But quite often, and you know, non-malicious people don't realize this dynamic about relationships, where they get to put in the less effort, meaning that they have the more power, and it can be quite difficult for them when they're confronted either overtly by being told, like, hey, I'm not putting up with this anymore, or inadvertently when the person who had the least power starts to reclaim some of their own by also just not giving a shit. That's how a lot of relationships break down. If they're not built on floating tree. If they're not built upon mutual respect. And if there's a power imbalance like that. And we're seeing a lot of these relationships break down here in Red Dead. Even Javier and Arthur. Hey guys.
Ah, there he is. Old Black Lung Morgan.
Shut up.
Was you followed?
Excuse me?
Was you followed?
You know who you're talking to.
I ain't sure.
That's the second interaction with Micah where he has opened the phrase, was you followed? And we already know that Micah thinks there's another rat in the group, so it could be Micah trying to sow discontent and concern, make everyone paranoid, maybe to try and keep them together, because, you know, you survive better in a group, but it also means you're likely to turn on each other, and it'll result into, like, McCarthyism or the Salem witch trials style scenarios where, you know, you're like, yeah, well, I saw that police officer looking weirdly at Bill in Van Horn, and Bill will be like, well, I saw you in a Pinkerton bar in Saint Denis, and they all start to confront each other, and then maybe from that discourse we can have someone like Micah, who clearly has, as the group's fallen apart, Micah has seen himself rise in power, so it makes sense that he's naturally going to keep stewing chaos and discontent.
I ain't sure about much no more. All I know is there's law whenever you're around.
Is that so? Because it seems to me that since you've been riding with us, there ain't been nothing but trouble. Stirring things up all the time, getting in Dutch's ear. Seems wherever you is, there's Pinkertons and vice versa. So you better watch your goddamn mouth, boy! Or...
Take it easy, cowboy.
Thank you for the Skydrate and the Stretch chorus. Also, howdy. I don't know much about the Red Dead lore, but Micah does strike me as someone who can and will gaslight when given the opportunity. Yeah. And we see how Micah is weaponizing Arthur's sickness as well. he reminds everyone constantly Arthur is ill. And not in a way where it's like, hey guys, Arthur's ill, we need to look after him. In a way where he just, you're sick, or you're old Black Lung Morgan. So that when Arthur turns that back on him, like we just saw there, and eventually he breaks down into a coughing fit, he can be taken less seriously because he's not as strong as the rest of us anymore. It's kind of ableist.
Boy, you're gonna do yourself a mischief, way your head.
Micah, shut it!
He started it! Dutch says we is to go on with
Even Bill came to our aid there.
plans to create a diversion. We gotta get some explosives to blow up the bridge. Keep the army out of here a few days.
I think it's a real bad idea.
I don't think Dutch cares too much what you think.
That's clear.
We gotta confuse him one last time. Then he and I will head to Blackwater, collect the money, and help everyone leave. He's got a boat lined up.
Blackwater's a fool's errand. Everyone knows it. Even a greedy moron like you.
It's Dutch's choice, Arthur. You're just a senior gun, same as the rest of us. Only you ain't well.
I'm fine.
Then you'll do Dutch's bidding, which is robbing a stage that's coming from Annisburg full of explosives.
Rob a stage. All we seem to ever do is rob a stage, you and me.
Not me, you two. I got my own planning to do. You boys got this.
Shit. Guess we have. Come on, Arthur.
And Cowpoke, take it easy. You could do with a vacation, hmm?
Again, so Micah has been going on about the Blackwater money the whole game. He brings it up in ambient dialogue, he brings it up in when we're riding together, he brings it up at camp. But now he's able to turn around and go, Dutch wants it. This is what Dutch wants. Dutch wants the Blackwater money, even though it's clearly Micah's goal. Micah is now pulling things from behind the scenes.
All right, let's go.
But the problem is, because of the way the hierarchy system in the gang works, where Dutch places himself at the top, if Micah subtly moves himself slightly above that, everything that he wants, he can convince Dutch of, and then that gets filtered down throughout the rest of the group. But as long as Micah perceives to be subservient to Dutch, and calling himself a senior gun on the same level as Arthur, then, it's not as obvious that we're Micah's gang at this point. We're not Dutch's gang.
Come on, pal.
Also, yeah, the mocking of Arthur's cough is...
Micah says we should jump it as soon as it comes through Van Horn.
So you're taking orders from him now?
I'm taking orders from Dutch, same as always.
This is what I was meaning.
A pair of them are becoming unhinged. You hear about Dutch killing Cornwall?
Hey, hold up a second. Pinkerton Patrol, over there. Okay, I think we're clear. Let's head on.
So you was just talking about something?
Well, that needed to be done.
Right now? With the Pinkertons breathing down our necks?
See, I'm starting to think that you've gone soft, Morgan.
And again, there is very much a conversation to be had here about masculinity. Because, Hosea was always considered by the rest of the gang to be the weak one next to Dutch. And now that Arthur has taken that role... and also, again, Arthur has a better relationship, it seems, with the women of the gang, like Hosea did, than the men. So... there's something to be said about masculinity, because the way... when Arthur starts to question things, or when anyone starts to question things, like, hey, maybe this isn't the best idea, maybe this isn't the course of action we should do, maybe we should be a bit more rational about things, there's, you've gone soft, you're weak, you're not as much of a man as the rest of us, basically. Which, in a society like the 1899, would cause an individual to kind of then try to prove their masculinity. Don't be a pussy. Exactly, Boverly.
Whoa! Okay. Let's hold up here.
And Bill doesn't even realize that he's working for Micah. Perfect example of...
From that way. Down from Annisburg. It'll take the two of us to stop it completely, or it'll never get done. So, I was thinking, you go play dead, and I'll take care of him.
No, I'm the better shot, and you're the better actor. No, you play dead, and I'll cover you.
I got that. I got that. Oh, that's them coming now, I think. It'll be quiet.
Yeah, Bill doesn't even quite realize that he's being played. But as it's seen there, Bill is quite easy to manipulate. Arthur gets what he wants by effectively going... Like, initially he says, well, I'm the better shot. Realizes that this is something that Bill will go, fuck you, to, because Bill's quite aggressive and quite a proud man. So he plays it off by going, and you're better at this. So, and then Bill gets a sense of being superior in some ways. Because Bill has a huge inferiority complex, I've noticed. But yeah, Bill doesn't even realize he's taking orders from Micah. Because he says, hey, Micah says we should do this. And Arthur goes, so you're doing what Micah says. And then Bill's response is, I'm doing what Dutch says. Like, there's that disconnect in his head that he literally just said, we should do what Micah says. He then reframes as, we're doing what Dutch says. Because again, there's a very proud perspective. Micah's the newest member of the gang, and somehow he's telling everyone what to do. Well, he's the newest male member. Sadie's the newest member. But now he's somehow telling everyone what to do. There's very definitely going to be hierarchical struggles here.
The show.
Alright, we got a couple... Oh, we got a lot of Pinkertons. Bill is the better actor than us.
Go move it. Go on. Use this place. These people. Move, you idiot! Move! Come on. Let's get you out of... Slayer, bro! You won't make it out alive!
Let's go.
All right, let's see if we can get this back to camp without blowing ourselves up.
That would be a bonus.
Sitting back there.
Nice drunk playing.
Comes naturally.
And see, these guys still have an okay relationship.
Ah, no. Just never goes easy no more, does it?
Oh, shit! Deal with him, Arthur!
Okay, I'm trying.
Like, there is still a sense of camaraderie here.
They get off one good shot and I'll blow his boat to Kingdom Come. I thought there was no law in Vanport.
Does that really matter right now, Bill?
And again, they're going into things with half the information. But the moment they're away from Micah and Dutch, gang's relationship is fine. It's those negative influences that are affecting them. Where are you? Oh, there you are. That's an impressive beard on that man.
On all right, Arthur. Oh, yeah,
Oh shit.
They're aiming for the dynamite. We need to deal with this.
I think I killed a random person during all that.
Leading them right back to camp.
What do you think I'm doing? Oh, okay. I don't see any more.
All right.
Hello, lovely scientist.
That was close. Don't reckon I'm cut out to be a dynamite wagon driver.
Killing a bunch of folks so we can rob some dynamite to blow up a bridge? This make any sense to you?
It's a distraction, so it ain't meant to make sense.
I mean, the plan.
To us, it's our plan.
Exactly.
I've had it with the moment.
And like, I can understand where these guys are coming from. They want to believe that everything's okay. And having Arthur constantly come in without a solution and just raising problems is naturally going to make them be like, "Oh, just shut the fuck up, Arthur." Like, that's the flaw of Arthur, is he's not presenting solutions. He's just being like, "We shouldn't do this, this is a bad idea." Which means he's becoming unlikable to the people around him because all he ever does is complain.
Whoa! So, you got it? We got it. Yes, we got it.
What's wrong, Arthur?
Nothing at all, boss.
John, go drive this over to Bacchus Bridge. Get it hidden near there.
He really does think he's
Bill.
in charge.
You go on ahead. I need to speak with Arthur. Good work, son.
What's going on?
Listen, I know we ain't always seen eye to eye, and you find me irritating and a threat, and I like to annoy you. But right now, I need better from you, Arthur.
Okay, Micah. Whatever you say.
I ain't the bad guy you think I am, Arthur. But I am a survivor. Stick with me and you'll live. Oh, the bridge is probably a two-man job. You should probably go help Marston.
Why don't you?
Like I said, Dutch and I got planning to do for the train. There's a big picture here, Arthur. Trust me.
So that was simultaneously both Micah being like trying to win Arthur over, but also condescending him, where he was in a position where he could be like, I can talk to you like this effectively. Like, we are in the position where I can say, speak to you like I'm your superior, because I am your superior. But also in a position where if Arthur wasn't maybe as smart as Arthur is, that could win him over. Micah is very clever. He acts like an idiot, but he's very clever. Let's see what our favorite gal Sadie's doing. Well, one of our favorites.
Sadie?
You okay?
Peachy?
You sure?
No, I ain't sure.
You still working?
Is anybody still working? The whole goddamn place full of people bickering, fighting and lying. It makes me real sad.
Just noticed a minor continuity thing there. I'm pretty sure we just saw Charles patrolling in the background, but Charles is supposed to be up at the native camp at the moment.
I know. I need someone to ride with me.
Do what?
finish off them O'Driscolls. I hear the last of them is holed up at Hanging Dog Ranch.
I don't have it in me no more. I saw Colm swing. I just don't care.
I was a married woman. You know what they did to me. And to my husband? You're the only one of these fools that I trust. I've got to do this.
We may not care, but she does.
I'll tell you what, I'll do it. But there's something you could help me with. Abigail? Jack? John? Make sure they make it. I mean, this whole thing is pretty much done. But when the time comes...
How do you mean?
When the time comes, you help them.
What do you mean?
I mean it. Help them escape. When I... You know, you and me, we're more ghosts than people. But them, they could...
I know. Of course I will.
We have a lot of stuff. So we've talked about in the other episode how Arthur had a son of his own, Isaac. And a wife and all this other stuff. Well, not a wife, but like a mother to that child. And how he might see Abigail and John and Jack as the things he could never have, either with this woman Eliza and Isaac, or with Mary Linton. So his desire to help them escape, and it's kind of solidified here, is that they could have a life. And the fact that he goes to Sadie, the person who, you know, had a wife, was a wife, had a husband, had a life, you know, knows what married life is, and is like, you know, we're shells of our former self. We've lost our lives to this life, but they have a chance to have a new one. And she immediately is like, yeah, no, I get that.
Thank you, Arthur. You want to ride with me now, or meet me up at Hanging Dog Ranch when you can? Thanks, Arthur. Okay, come on.
Any chance to hang out with Sadie? Remember, guys, if I say anything you like, anything that's funny, or anything intriguing, make sure to clip it. It really helps me promote the channel. Gives me a good backlog of stuff. Anything thought-provoking, funny, good moment, just something that you would like to share. Or you think is good representation of the stream.
Fine morning for a killing.
Hey.
You seen anything down there?
Yeah, I think there's a bunch of them down there. I'm mostly drunk. But one of them is a fat fella with a beard. Him? He's mine.
Okay.
It's like,
a big ranch. Run down. Lots of folk there.
I would love to have an opportunity to go through everything and create a bunch of like clips, but I don't have the time to go through 56 hours of footage.
No real plan then.
Oh, I got a plan.
This was run by a different gang before we cleared them out. Yeah, I just don't have the time to go through all of this footage and grab clips, so if you guys can do it when we're live, then it really helps out the channel. Yeah, we have taken on this place before. I think there's one there, and there's one... Oh. I know he's dead. I shot him. I think there's one more over there. Nope, he's dead.
You take the barn, I'll take the farmhouse. And remember, if he's fat, he's
Let's just get him in the leg.
I'll try. Who's in here? Come on. Let's shooter.
They are kind of kicking my ass.
You coming out of here?
That all of them?
We're kind of used to this fighting thing, boy.
That's clearly not all of them. We heard one more.
Knocking on death.
How does it feel to be knocking on death's door? You tell me.
Barn's clear.
okay. Going into the farmhouse.
Shady.
She upstairs? She must be. God, she massacred them.
You okay?
Yeah. He was a good man, my Jakey. We was always sweet on one another.
I'm sure.
Yeah. I miss him every day, every moment. They turned me into a monster, Arthur. But my memories of him, they still pure.
I ain't even got that.
Aside from my Jake, you're the best man I've known.
I know the company you keep. The competition ain't too fierce. We should get away from her.
I think I need to be alone for a bit.
I understand. You, might want to get yourself cleaned up.
Thank you, Arthur.
So, little thing there. Love me a woman covered in blood and nursing the emptiness of vengeance. Yeah. But the interesting thing is, like, we have wiped out our biggest rival. Like, the O'Driscolls, we had a rival with the O'Driscolls for years. And that, to my understanding, was the last of them. And think about the music choice and the feelings of that scene. Where, rather than this being a big heroic, we beat the O'Driscolls, it's just sad. It's like, you know, this life has turned these two into monsters. And Sadie does try to kind of escape culpability for her actions. A little bit, which I can't say I agree with. when she's like, oh, they did this to me, because it was Sadie's choice to become this kind of person. But that's a lot of what Red Dead Redemption 2 is, how people... moralistic people fall from grace, to some extent. You know, there's a commentary to be made about how society and the pressures of society cause people to lose their morals, and twists them into such a way. Twist those morals into such a way that then justify being effectively as bad as the people you're hunting. You know, looking at it from a utilitarian perspective, to say the O'Driscolls murdered one, maybe two people that she cared about, if we include Kieran. Maybe include Kieran. She's killed hundreds of people. And, like, we were at the camp. We know that there was only a handful of people there. We need to get changed into something more comfortable. So, are those people guilty of the crimes of the other O'Driscolls? And as a result, are we guilty of the crimes of Dutch? They did something awful to you, which opened the door, but you chose to walk through it and slam heads into the door frame. Exactly, Tundra. Like, as much as we do love a woman who can kick ass, and we do love a woman who can kick ass, Sadie's choice to become a monster is her own decision. Like, we would have a name for Sadie in modern times, and she's a serial killer. Hi, Aurora. Welcome to the chat. Hope you're doing well, my friend. Like, just because it's, you know, framed as gang violence and revenge doesn't stop what Sadie is. Which is very much a serial killer. Those are some cute emojis. Speaking of cute emojis, guys, Pride Month's coming to an end, so the Pride I'm going to put a poll up in the Discord whether we want to keep the Pride hearts or return it back to a regular heart, or maybe keep, like, the general Queer Pride one and have the regular heart. Once we unlock some more emote slots, though, then we will be able to have all of the emotes. Where the fuck are we going? Are we even heading towards our mission? Not really. I definitely use the rainbow one a bunch. Well, exactly. I want to have all three of them, but unfortunately we just don't have the emote slots at the moment. Fuck me, Nightingale. That was a jump. So, until we get some more subscribers and some more sub points, then I'm afraid we can't have all the emotes that we want to have. But I'll definitely consider maybe swapping out the trans one for the regular one and keeping the rainbow one. Since the rainbow one is kind of all-encompassing for LGBT representation. Or I could even look into doing the progressive flag. That's the one, Rainer. Also, hey, Rainer, how you doing? God, we got, like, the whole fucking gang in this chat today. We're just missing Tusara. It's lovely to see you all. I hope you're all having a great Thursday. Thank you for the skydrate. So, we're gonna go head over to the Native American camp now and see if we can maybe stop the violence to these people. Oh. We should probably change, though. Now that we're in a cold... Oh, well, no, we're going back into the cold environment again. Did you finish Kenobi yet, Raina? Last time we saw someone doing this, they got bonked in the head. Alright, let's go get that guy's horse.
Now you got to be kidding me.
I might have lost that horse. God, the end of Kenobi. Last episode. Really good, guys. Great opportunity to use film analysis.
Please, sir. Can you help me get my horse back? She bolted on me.
Like, some very good places for analysis. Yeah, I watched it all after you messaged me. Okay. I'm not gonna... Because it only came out yesterday, I'm not gonna say specifics about the episode. Like, the last episode. But, God, it's a good episode. Although... Interesting thing. So, I watched an edit on YouTube. Because there's some people who've been rescoring the episodes to have some more classic Star Wars.
Oh, thank you, mister.
Scores. And
I'm sorry. I ain't got nothing to offer you in return, but I'll make it up to you one day, I swear.
it's fine, mate. They used Battle of the Heroes from Revenge of the Sith for the final confrontation, and I actually had one of those moments where I'm like, as cool as this is, I'm actually really glad they didn't use Battle of the Heroes. Because Battle of the Heroes is very much like, it's in the name. It's a confrontation in Revenge of the Sith between the heroes. Whereas Obi-Wan fighting just Sith isn't a battle of the heroes anymore. It's good versus evil. It's a classic battle. If anything, they should have technically used Duel of the Fates. Because Duel of the Fates has a contextual meaning as well. In Episode 1, Duel of the Fates is battling over the fate of Anakin Skywalker. If Qui-Gon wins, then the Chosen One becomes a Jedi. If Darth Maul wins, Anakin is set on the path to become a Sith. And, like, even though Obi-Wan defeats Darth Maul, he doesn't, you know, Darth Maul still wins. And if it came back in episode 6 of Kenobi, then it would have recontextualized it to be over the fate of Luke and Leia. Also, someone on TikTok pointed out that each episode of Kenobi, I wanted to make I might make a TikTok about this, but each episode of Kenobi is linked in some way to the original 6 episodes. So in episode 1, we have life on Tatooine, little boy wants to be a pilot, member of the royal family comes under danger and the Jedi need to protect her. Luke and Anakin, Padme and Leia. Episode 2 features a kind of neo-cyberpunky city, the introduction of a clone, and kind of the introduction of bounty hunters more into the series. And someone pretending to not be who they are, pretending to kind of be a Jedi to some extent with Dooku and Haja. Episode 3 has the confrontation between Darth Vader and Obi-Wan Kenobi. This will contain spoilers for episode 6, real quick, which involves people getting burnt. Episode 4 is about rescuing Princess Leia from an Imperial facility. Episode 5, this is the difficult one to kind of connect with everything else, involves a siege on a rebel base, like in Hoth. The reveal, or an identity reveal, the reveal that a Sith was a former Jedi. And the reveal of a familial connection. And then episode 6 features the final confrontation between, spoilers for episode 6, the final confrontation between Darth Vader and another character. It features the return to Tatooine, and it features the unmasking of Darth Vader. And the return of an old friend as a ghost. So they all kind of have thematic connections to the original 6 episodes, which I thought was great. There's also someone... I'm just going to talk about Kenobi real quick. So, someone made the comparison between Reva bringing Luke Skywalker back to the Lars homestead in episode 6, with Anakin bringing the dead body of Shmi back to the Lars homestead in episode 6. As like the signature moment where those two characters changed track. And that's what stopped Reva becoming Vader, effectively. But also, in Star Wars Rebels, there's a confrontation between Anakin and his former Padawan Ahsoka, in which Ahsoka cuts off the right side of his mask. And then in Kenobi, Obi-Wan obviously cuts off the left side of his mask. So it's like these two important people partially unmasked Vader, but it took Luke's influence to fully remove Vader from Anakin, take the mask off. And as an entry into the Star Wars universe, Kenobi works amazingly. Anyway, there's the end of the Kenobi spoilers. Remember when I said I wasn't going to spoil the episodes? Point is, watch Kenobi if you like Star Wars. It's actually probably one of the best entries into Star Wars canon since Mandalorian Season 1 and The Last Jedi. In this stream, we love and respect The Last Jedi.
Hey there!
Hello.
Alright, Charles, what you got for us?
Hello, Charles.
Thank you for coming.
Of course.
The chief, he's very... Maybe you could speak to him?
Yes, why I came.
He's in his tent.
Sure.
I'll wait for you here.
Never had a mission begin like that.
Hello? Come in. Mr. Morgan. I'm so glad you could make it. How are you? My son. My son is foolish, but he's still my son. I know your son. A little. He's very brave. Very angry. He's mean. How is your father? He's dead a long time. He lived a lot longer than was good for any of us. My son probably wishes the same to me. I doubt that. I want peace. I need my people to be safe. All my life I've tried to bring peace. But I love my son. They'll hang him for treason. Treason. He is the chief son of a proud nation. How could he commit treason? People who have lied to my people for 100 years or more, that's treason. Well, what should I do? I don't think there's much chance reasoning with Colonel Favors. No. And any chance we had, your friend, Mr. Vanderland, has ensured relations between us and the army are worse than any point in the last 5 years. I'm sure he means well. But matters are more complex than he understands. Me and Charles will try and rescue your son. No. Yes, yes. I ain't got much to lose, and you got... I'm doing this. Charles! Where are you? Come on, let's go.
Interesting that when the problems with Dutch comes up, Arthur gives us a little sputter of a cough. And also that realization that Eagle Flies is Arthur. But, you know, Arthur or Rains Falls kind of falls on the opposite end of the spectrum between Dutch and Arthur's real father, who seems to be a very abusive man. But Arthur clearly carries some fondness for him, since his hat, as we saw in Shady Belle, Arthur's hat belonged to his father, so he still wears it. You don't do that without some sense of attachment to someone. We can get rid of that quest objective now.
The army are patrolling all the main roads and bridges in and out, but if we can get the horses across the river, I found a route that should get us in fairly close. If we wait until late enough... There's a place we should be able to sneak in around the back.
Okay, whatever you think. I trust you.
No guns, just knives and arrows. If we start making a lot of noise, he'll be dead before we get close to him.
Again, interesting the way Arthur is
in case we need another way out of there.
deferring leadership. See, on one hand you have like Charles and Sadie and John, and on the other hand you have Micah, Bill, and Javier. And Arthur is wrestling for power with those three, as they're all kind of competing over their position in the gang. But because Arthur respects Charles, Sadie, and John, he's much more willing to take their advice on board. Arthur is a better leader than Dutch is. Interesting about the hat. Yeah, it's a tiny little detail that you can miss if you don't look at the photos around Arthur's bed, but his hat actually belonged to his father. A good leader.
It ain't just on Dutch. We all went along with it.
He saw eagle flies burn hot, and he fanned the flames. He's not
But again,
helping that tribe, he's helping himself. You see that, or you wouldn't have gone to Rains Fall behind his back.
I guess I just keep thinking. There must be a way to save the situation. To pull Dutch out of the place he's in. Well, I like Rains Fall.
I don't know, Arthur. Rains Fall is in a tough situation. And as for Dutch...
I gotta try. I own that at least.
That's where Arthur's loyalty is. You know?
Feel that? There's rain on the wind.
I know. Listen, Charles.
Rains fall.
If it goes bad in there, you get yourself out. You got more to lose.
No. Come on. Don't start talking like that.
I didn't tell you before, but I saw a doctor. It's pretty bad. Well, it's gonna get worse.
Oh, Arthur. Any day we can die. Hmm? We're riding to break an Indian chief's son out of a cavalry fort. We could both die tonight. In a way, it is a gift to know. In a way, you were lucky.
Sure don't feel like that.
You still have time to make amends. The others, Hosea, Lenny, Sean, all them, they didn't. And what about the Calendar boys? Both killed trying to escape Blackwater? A more vicious pair of bastards than ever was. And that's all they ever were and will be.
You can really see all of the chances that Arthur is being presented to earn redemption. Like, Charles is basically saying here, like, you have a chance to be a better man, even though you don't have a lot of time left. Like Mary said, like Sister Callahan said, he's not letting Arthur slump into that self-defeating spiral that he has been in since the start of the game, where his life doesn't matter. It matters even less now that he's dying. He is refusing to let Arthur go there and being like, just use this time. Red Dead Redemption, exactly.
You got the chance to...
Red Dead Redemption 2 is about the fall of a man and his search for redemption. Red Dead Redemption 1 is about a man's attempt to find redemption from his past.
Just here should be okay. The water is shallower, but the current still looks strong, so be careful.
We really are reflections of who we have around us. Like, if the gang was Charles, Sadie, John, Arthur, and Mary Beth, Tilly, even Uncle Peterson, maybe Susan, and Javier, this gang would have a better chance of survival. But even if it was just like a handful of people and Arthur, this gang would survive better.
You were right about the damn rain.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. But might help us with sneaking in there.
Again, rains fall.
The Rainsfall told me there was some retaliation after the meeting with Colonel Favors. Some women were taken. Elders beaten.
Bastards.
Yeah. This isn't gonna be nice.
And again, there's a place to talk about here, and I don't want to have I want to have the conversation about it, but this is the problem with me being a Caucasian British person. I don't want to lead the conversation on it, but there is definitely a conversation to be had here about Dutch's attempts to be a white savior to these people.
There it is.
Maybe in a way, Dutch thinks he's looking for redemption as well. But of course, in order to seek redemption, you have to believe you've done something wrong.
Alright. You should be fine.
And that's the key difference between a lot of these characters. Like, even Sadie acknowledging that she's a monster.
Over here.
She's at least aware that what she is doing is wrong, which means that it's possible to be redeemed.
I guess this is it. I guess it is.
But yeah, as a white person, it's not my place to lead a conversation on Dutch's white saviorness. But with, you have Lenny, with Charles, Tilly, Javier, there is definitely a place to have that conversation. It's just not me who should be leading it.
Let's keep quiet. We'll try and find a way in.
I punched the microphone, I'm so sorry.
You ready?
Patrol group. Hopefully we'll be in and out before they can come back around. There's 2 guards up front. If you take one, I'll take the other. Nice and quiet. Okay, come on.
I love Charles's voice.
Stick to the wall. Careful. There's a guard up there. He's moving. Come on.
This makes me want to play the third Assassin's Creed game quite badly. I wonder if they took any direct inspiration from Assassin's Creed 3.
Slow. You have 2 more ahead. One down here, one up in the tower. Take one each again.
Shit.
Good. A bit further on here. This is the spot.
Kind of amazed Arthur had the strength to do that.
There's a guard coming. Okay. Quick, this way. Let's move. Come on. Another 2 ahead. One each, same as before. All right, let's go. Hold back while I check the tower. It's okay, let's go. There's a guard out front. You take him, I'll cover back there.
You deal with this one.
Okay. Done. Let's go.
Sneaky stealth times.
We'll never get past these guards. Get up that tower and try to distract them.
Try to put an arrow into the lantern above that stack of wood over there. Start a fire. We should have a clear shot from the walkway up there.
We gotta fire near the ammo! Let's go! Let's go!
Arthur, come on! Get down here!
Quickly. The cells are just in here.
Sorry, I was looking for a different way in. Again, it's nice to see how Arthur defers leadership when appropriate.
Past these guards. Get up that tower and try to distract them.
Well, kill them all. We'll just pretend I didn't mess that shot up. Again, it's nice to see how Arthur I'm just gonna keep repeating the same lines. Also, think about how far Arthur has come with the bow. As like, because Charles, like, he knew how to use a bow, but Charles taught him the proper way to do everything. So, it's quite nice to see how evolved as a character Arthur and Charles' dynamic has become by how Arthur uses the bow. Nightbot being a bit aggressive there. Can we have a mod look at that real quick? Yeah, no, give me a sec. Alright, that should be that fixed, Voveline. Sorry about that. Let me hop onto Nightbot as well and just calm the old... Fucking Christ! No? Okay. Nightbot, calm the shit down. Spam protection, here we go. Options. They are excluded. Or at least they're supposed to be. Hang on. I need to check something. Let me grab a clip real quick. Welcome to the technical difficulties screen, everyone. Also, sorry you will have just heard me double up my audio there. Okay, I can whitelist clips.twitch TV. Thank you, Rhino. Okay, so that should work now, and if not, I'll just disable Nightbot's problem here. Let's try for a third time. Yay! Okay, so clips.twitch TV should be permitted now. Although now that I'm noticing what it was that Sam posted, I wish I wish you hadn't. I'm kidding.
For the keys. You have to get me out of here. We're gonna get you out. I'll check the table, Arthur. You search the body.
Got him.
All right, let's go again.
Come on. Your father sent us?
My father. He told you to come and kill guards?
No, he didn't say that.
Of course not.
You okay?
Sure. Enjoy being tortured. Clears the mind.
If you say so.
Whoa, whoa. I'm fine, I'm fine.
I know I've just interrupted an epic moment, but I think it's important to point out that when Arthur was captured and tortured by the O'Driscolls, no one came to save him.
sneaking out of here, fellas.
And if Arthur's already directly compared himself to Eagle Flies once, then we can start looking at other places that comparison becomes applicable. I've never pronounced it applicable before. God damn it, how do I end up with 2 pistols again? Is there a way to take off the offhand holster? So I might miss that there. I'm pretty sure I just set that guy on fire.
I must have fixed it. Arthur, deal with this, would you?
Yes, but how?
Good, Nightingale. Was that amount of Deadeye unnecessary? Yes. Was it cool? Also yes.
We got company behind us.
More than coming from the road on the left. Ahead of us! Quick, down this way! You're just another
Gotta say, I'm not sure if the game's just become easier or if I've become a hell of a shot, but I've become a hell of a shot.
The canoes are close.
And then I immediately miss.
We have to get rid of them, Arthur. Hold them off. I'll get Eagle Flies to the canoes. Get in the other canoe. Let's go, Arthur.
Thank you, friend.
Oh yeah, leave the guy with tuberculosis in his own canoe. Arthur? You wanna... Buddy? There we go. Yeah, don't listen to Dutch.
This is something. Swell.
Watch yourself. Last thing we need is one of us.
Believe me, that ain't my plan.
Damn it! We got more of them on the riverbank. I'm fine. Just keep your head up.
Canoe! Canoe away! Didn't we confront the military here already? Have you noticed it doesn't really matter where I shoot them, they die one shot anyway. Like, he very clearly got shot in, like, the foot. And, like, being shot in the foot hurts, I imagine, but I don't think it's fatal at that speed. Did we just see a tree get struck by lightning?
I think we lost them. Come on.
You okay, Arthur?
Yeah, I'm right as rain. How are you?
I'll be fine in a day or so. I heal fast. Colonel Favors won't be too happy with your rescue.
I guess not.
Yeah, there's gonna be a lot more trouble. My father, even he may have to fight.
You won't win. No big fight with them. Shouldn't y'all just run away?
Where would we go?
I don't know.
I'm fine. Let me take you back to your father.
Thank you.
Don't mention it. Yeah.
Right, what do we have next? We have a mission with John. A strange request with Hamish. That's kind of it, really. Ooh, a herb. Need to get that dead eye back up. All of that. We did all of that violence and we only have a bounty of $20.
Yep.
Then again, what is $20 in 1899 money versus today's money? How do we keep ending up at Valentine? Let's see how our hair and bit... Like $700 says to Google. Fair enough.
What can I get you?
Um...
Hello there. I'll have you neatened
Let's-
up in no time.
Let's see what my facial hair length is at. Only 5. I kind of want to see how if we can get that level 10 facial hair. What's our hair at? Only 3. Yeah, he looks so ragged, you know? I'm going for just a mess. That's what I am.
Excuse? Thank you for your help. Hello? Thanks, mister. Okay, fella.
I'm going to try and look how I look on the outside. Make it look how I feel on the inside. A mess. I just want to say, everyone, I really appreciate you coming out and watching the streams. And if you watch the VODs or watch the archive on YouTube, then I really appreciate that as well. Really does mean a lot. I couldn't do this without any of you, so... Whether you lurk, whether you're an active chatter, regardless, I really appreciate you. Ooh, a tree falling down. And if you're a newcomer on the stream, make sure to hit that follow button if you like it for more content. We do this every week. I feel like we're coming close to the end of Red Dead, obviously. So the game will be shifting to another game after this one and doing the story analysis thingy. So if you want to be involved in the conversation about what that game's going to be and involved in the conversation or involved in that streams, be sure to give us a follow. And if you're already following, you can help out by sharing the content around. Alright, that's the little self-promo bit done for the day. Aurora, thank you for the subscription with Prime. Thank you for taking some of Jeffrey Bezos' dollars and sliding them over to me. I appreciate that.
Arthur, how you doing? Nervous? But I've been nervous for a while. I had a lot of time to think in that jail, and I feel like I just don't know Dutch no more. You ain't the only one. And this plan to get us out, it just feels... I don't know. Like he's stringing us along, I know. Killing in cold blood, revenge, we all do bad things, but he seems to enjoy it now. It's like he just wants to create more enemies, more chaos. Yeah, I know. I mean, I love Dutch. He saved me a long time ago. Feel like in Saint Denis, when I got arrested, maybe he could have done something. I feel like you should take your woman and child and get lost. Do you? You could give something to Jack. It's that or... Well, I don't see no way out of this. Well, what about loyalty? Be loyal to what matters. What are you gonna do? I'll be okay, but do it for me. It would make me feel good, if that makes any sense. A little, but... Listen to me. When the time comes, you gotta run and don't look back. This is over. And now? Now we gotta help Dutch give the army one final tweak on its nose. Yeah, come on. Help me with the rest of this.
Love that little implementation of comedy there when they were lighting their cigarettes and realized they were standing next to a truck of dynamite. I'm so focused on this tender moment, I almost died from a creeper. It is interesting, again, the way in which Arthur tries to be nice to people. Because, like, the way he phrased that, saying, like, you should take your woman and your kid and get lost. It's almost confrontational, but then he backtracks and is like, no, I mean, like, you can give the kid something. You can give the kid the life that we always wanted but never had. Which is clearly, I think, what he's saying. It's also interesting the people who are becoming disillusioned with Dutch, Hosea in Chapter 1, Arthur and John now, are the people, Susan, are the people who have been with him the longest. Also, Arthur clearly still doesn't quite understand his own feelings because he doesn't quite understand why John, Jack, and Abigail being safe would make him happy. He just knows that it would.
Well, it looks like we finally found our calling in life.
Let's ride this thing out onto the bridge. There's a spot about a third of the way across.
These two have definitely rebonded after...
I've already set up the detonator.
Sure. Let's get this
after the early chapters in the game.
Yeah, this is what I'm talking about. More enemies, more chaos. I mean, we're about to blow up a bridge, for Christ's sake.
This is not controlled very well. Hold down A as Arthur pushes the bar down, release it as he raises it. Oh. Oh, okay. That was much quicker.
We sure got a lot of this stuff.
We'll need it. I'll climb down there, you lower the crates.
All right. Let me know when you're ready. Got it.
I really hope a train doesn't come. Like, did we check the train schedule?
Here to your left. There's good. Lower it down. Let's get moving here, Arthur. All right, take it slow. That's not something we want to drop. That's it.
We're putting a lot of unnecessary effort into these missions. Like, that could have been a cutscene. That didn't need to be like a whole gameplay mechanic. I don't quite understand why they did that. Sometimes Rockstar games suffer from an issue where it feels like every mission was designed by someone different. So like some things that would normally be cutscenes are gameplay mechanics, and some things that are normally gameplay mechanics are cutscenes, and sometimes you can follow...
Bundle from the box. Bridge is wired to the detonator. We need to attach each of those bundles to the fuses.
Sometimes you can kind of go wherever you want. Sometimes you have to follow the script exactly. Just a lack of unification, you know? And that's been a problem, I think, since Grand Theft Auto 5. And obviously, when you're working on a game of this scale, you probably have multiple teams working on multiple different missions at the same time. Well, you almost definitely do. There's no way you make a game chronologically. But I think maybe they could have used a bit more unifying design brief.
up there. This better work. I sure hope this is enough to blow it.
These are mining charges. They ain't easy to come by. If they don't do the job, nothing will.
It's a lot of fucking TNT. Dynamite. And
I think I hear something coming, Arthur.
of course you do, John.
Train! Arthur, get up here quick! I'm on my way. Faster, buddy, come on!
No, at this point, you get off the handcar and you just run.
A train! Come on, quick! Pump this stupid thing as hard as you can.
Oh god. Okay.
Let's go, let's go!
Yeah. Bye bye.
Pump this stupid thing as hard as you can. Let's go, let's go! Just get to the end of the bridge and jump! Faster! Get ready to jump! It's right on us, come on!
Well, that suddenly got a lot faster. I'm sorry, did anyone else see the frame rate issue with the smoke where it, like, it's very clearly just going as it like turns around the corner? That reminded me of the fucking Thomas the Tank Engine movie for some reason.
That just ain't how I want to die. Come on. Let's go blow this thing up.
Trains be like, I'm gonna get ya.
I think the line held. You want the honors?
Sure.
Yeah. Let's be the guy who blows up a bridge for an insane megalomaniac. We really are the supervillains. Awesome. I hope a train doesn't come along here.
Well, I guess old Dutch got all the smoke he wants.
Well, let's hope so.
You really think that that'll draw attention away from us?
I guess we'll see. Tell the truth, I ain't even sure I fully understand Dutch's plan with all this.
Like I said, John, when the time comes, you go.
What about loyalty to everything?
You've been loyal. I've been loyal. Look what that cost. You know, all that ever mattered to me was loyalty. It was all I knew. It's all I ever believed in. Well, not anymore, John. Soon, you gotta go. Go.
At the start of the game, Arthur is angry at John for leaving the gang for a year. He views it as disloyal. He viewed it as a betrayal of everything they knew. He was very upset with it. And now, he is the one telling John to leave. Which really does show a character progression on Arthur's perspective of loyalty.
Don't look back.
I'll think about it.
I've done a lot of thinking. Look at us. Out here risking our necks, and for what exactly? For an idea that don't work no more.
How you mean?
You know just what I mean. You got a family. You need cash. You need to start building a life for yourself. Me? I need a vacation. And Dutch has all the money. For safekeeping.
You know something? Abigail thinks she might know where some of that money is.
Well, you tell her she better make sure. And then come talk to me. And we'll find out just who and what we should be loyal to.
I don't know, Arthur.
Nor do I. But I'm seeing things a lot more clearly now. I wish things were different. But it weren't us who changed.
Yeah.
Thing is, Arthur doesn't seem to understand. It was them who changed. They changed as well. They became better, whereas Dutch and Micah became worse. Want to see? You guys want to see the fastest horse cart in the West? Ready? And he's gone. Fastest car in the West. Also, again, yeah, that is the most openly mutinous Arthur has been.
Yep.
It's interesting to see him becoming more brazen with this. But also him become more, I don't know, resigned, I guess? Like, he quoted Micah that he needs a vacation. And that mission comes directly before this one in the chronology, so it is actually a reference to what Micah said. It's not just a coincidence. Hello? Oh, I know where this is. This is the fort where they stole Rainsfall's things. Not the fort, the campsite.
Out of the damn way.
Yeah, here's the campsite. Okay, so we can either go see Dutch or we can go see Hamish. You know what? We need a vacation, chat. Actually, doesn't the mayor of Saint Denis want us to do something? Come to the back of the mayoral residence one night and Jean-Marc will let you in. Okay. Let's head down to Saint Denis and go to the back of the mayoral residence, shall we? Yeah, we haven't played at night in quite a while, so occasionally certain stranger missions only pop up at night. Or certain times of the day. Handy I remembered that. It is interesting how the game uses Arthur's sickness to highlight, or to not highlight, to do things like unload John from a scene that they don't want him in anymore. It also feels like the world is getting a bit more hostile. Like, you used to be able to go up to campsites and be like, hey guys, how are we doing? And they'd be like, oh, you know, no bad. Sit by the fire, we'll have we chat. But now, it seems the more you go to campsites, the more it's confrontational people. Which could be a side effect of Arthur being visibly ill. It could be just a sign that the world is changing, and again, another way to reinforce that this world no longer has a place for people like Arthur, Dutch, and the gang. Storytelling. So, since I have a feeling we're getting close to the big climactic scene of this game, I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to play through... I can either play through that scene with the stopping and the starting like I normally do, or I can play through the entire scene and then we can talk about it afterwards. Which one would you guys prefer? Mods, can someone make a poll for that, actually? It's slash poll. Do it for like 2 minutes. Because obviously the stop and start lets me more immediately rattle off thoughts, but it might interrupt the flow of like what is supposed to be a big climactic scene.
Someone's coming. Someone's coming. Let's get it.
Thanks, Rainer. Make sure to vote in the poll, guys. Execute your democratic right and vote. Well, if we're going to be forced to constantly carry the second weapon out, we may as well get a better one. Actually, I'm going to Google real quick. Is there a way to remove the offhand holster? Thanks, chat. Y'all are the most indecisive people I have ever met. Says the one outsourcing decisions. I'm voting by community because ultimately the stream is about you guys' viewing experience far more than it is about my gameplay experience. I'm a good streamer. That's okay, lovely scientist. Maybe we'll run the poll again at some point. Or y'all can just tell me in the chat, to be honest. I'm leaning on the side of waiting and letting each cutscene play out. And then pausing when we get to the next gameplay section. Because... yeah, sure, Ryan. Run it again. Make it as long as you feel right. Back in Saint Denis, which Rainer incorrectly calls Saint Denis all the time. Fun fact. Rainer, you're helping me a lot, but I'm going to call you out for the fact you keep calling this place Saint Denis. I feel like we'll get more analysis if you pause and talk so that you don't have to hold all your thoughts in your brain the whole time. The poll is here on... it's available here on Twitch. I wonder if we can talk to her. Rainer is just setting it up as we speak. I wonder if she'll say anything different now that we're sick.
I want to vote. I insist that I deserve the right to vote.
This is modern feminism talking.
Crimson isn't in vogue this season.
Madam?
You know, it's terribly important.
What is? Voting?
Yes, terribly. Once women get the vote, the whole country will stop making such a pig's ear of everything. There'll be no more wars, no hunger, no stupidity. We'll elect a woman president within the first 10 years, of course. You see, men are such judgmental prigs. You need us women to help straighten you out. Okay? With us helping. I'm not saying there won't be trouble. I just think we'll do a better job of things.
Well, I hope you're right.
100 years later, Voveline, we're not that far in the future.
That's an interesting approach to fashion you have there.
Oh, shut the fuck up!
Until I die if I have to.
Everyone in Saint Denis is so judgy.
I want to vote. I am a citizen. I have a brain. Let me vote, you ignorant fool.
Hello. Good day.
Hey, mind your step.
Sorry, mister. My mistake.
Oh, you son of a bitch.
Bastard.
Hey, I think that fella might have just picked your pocket. Can you believe that?
What's your problem? I didn't do nothing.
Jesus!
This man.
I should report this to the law.
I'm the victim here.
All right.
See? That wasn't so hard, was it?
I was the victim in this scenario. Why am I in trouble?
Well then. Sounds like I heard what you heard. Yep.
I thought this was America. My right to stab a thief is like protected under the 29th Amendment or something. What is the 29th Amendment?
I've heard.
I don't think we have that many amendments.
That new judge is like all the others. They come here with dreams of bringing
Crime whereof the parties shall have been neither slavery nor involuntary servitude except as punishment for crime whereof the parties shall have been duly convicted shall exist with it. Oh, so it is actually the removal of slavery. Except for, you know, the criminal justice system getting to have slaves.
Can't get enough of the place, sir.
They keep insulting my clothes. Please make me look better. What's the sand in it? Oh my god. These are certainly looks.
I stand behind everything I sell in this place, so you can purchase with
We only have
confidence.
27 amendments. The slavery one's is the 13th. Okay. Google lied to us, chat. This is why we need to destroy Google. So apparently Burgundy isn't in season right now. So
If you have any questions, you just let me know.
we're gonna need a different outfit. Arthur wears brown quite well, so we'll keep the brown.
Pardon my saying, but you look right handsome in that.
You want to kiss me?
Oh, that's beautiful.
Publicly humiliated on the internet. Big oof.
That is one of my favorites.
I have no idea how I look in a completed outfit. Like, ooh, town pants. Ooh, fancy pants.
I take pride in my selection here. Everything here is
Thank you, Ryan.
exceptional quality.
Alright, let's see how my outfit ended up.
Got what I need.
Yeah, I look good. I'm a cowboy, baby.
Thanks, partner.
Alright, people of Saint Denis, what do you think of me now?
Bonjour. Howdy, fellers.
Monsieur? How do you do?
Howdy.
How do you do?
Funky footwork.
You don't say.
General Quincy T. Harris. Hero of the War of Northern Aggression, honored for his courageous leadership in the 1864 Battle of Scarlet Meadows. Ah, so, yeah, the Battle of Scarlet Meadows, which I believe is somewhere around here-ish. Apparently there are ghosts there.
Ma'am?
Hello there.
Hey buddy, Crimson's out of season.
It's happened before. Hey, partner.
Well, I heard some youngins tried to rob Solomon's.
Keep going.
Hello, mister.
Is that a phone? Where the fuck was that phone coming from? I'm just waiting for night, so we're just gonna wander around Saint Denis while we wait.
So, how are you?
on. Fight for me. Anything. Please. You. Yes. Please. Coin. Please.
There you go, buddy.
Go get yourself something to eat.
Sir. I want you to have this.
Thanks, friend.
It's nice to give something instead of just begging.
Thanks, friend.
I hate asking for money like a goddamn worm. Groveling here in the dirt.
That's quite the regrettable condition you have.
Excuse me.
Okay, I'm glad that's over with.
Hi, ma'am.
Hello, sir. What am I? Invisible?
Oh, sorry.
I mean, you know, you were just in the way. You were... No. I had a joke there, but I couldn't quite format it. Let's go to the doctor's and get some health.
Ah, it's you. Travelers have brought you back my way, have they? Remember, read the label.
Just need a little something for the pain.
Alright.
All right. In.
We need to fill up that core, but we're out of food. We should probably head to a bar.
Thanks, mister.
See if we can get something to eat.
Mister?
Hello there.
For being wanted dead or alive, I can wander around this place without with impunity. Ma'am? Okay, so sorry, we're just
Oh my, what a terrible
Mister, I
affliction
think
you
you
have.
should sit down.
Hey, look out!
well, apparently if I don't shove you out of the way, we just stand there, so gotta love the Saint Denis politeness. Hmm?
For the love of all that is holy.
Je vous salue. Hey, folks.
Oh, you're looking a little green today, mister.
All right.
Hey.
What does a dried-up old hag have to do to get drunk around here?
That's no lie.
Please! Gentlemen, you're embarrassing yourselves. You're not even good drunks.
As well as can be expected. Give me something to drink, anything.
Real heartbreaker when I see one.
Let's take a whiskey.
You've set my heart ablaze. I do not have the words for such joy.
Nice to see another feller in here who ain't born with a silver spoon in his mouth. Don't know why I still come in here, to be honest.
I can
Maybe
help
because
you
I can.
relax.
I'll never be one of those people, but, you know, sometimes we all like to kid ourselves. Maybe we're better than we ain't.
Ooh, prime rib.
Fancy fools are any better. I don't know. I'm sorry, mister. Maybe I had a couple too many.
Sophisticated. Stories I heard would make a devil blush.
Bonjour.
Not anymore. The devil's gone elsewhere. And we're left with the choir masters. And not the fun kind.
C'est scandaleux.
No, sirree.
Hello, ma'am.
What are you looking at, cowboy?
Well, I ain't too sure.
Well, that's a feeling I imagine you're just too familiar with, darling. Now shoo, please. I'm waiting for someone interesting to turn up.
I'm interesting.
Hello, sir.
Hello.
You know something?
How do you do?
You know nothing. Bunch of ignorami. That's plural for ignoramus. Latin, like honeylingus.
Ah, apologies.
I have an education. Daddy hired a wonderful tutor.
Ooh,
Poor
almonds.
fellow fell in love with my mother, hanged himself. They say hanged, not hung, when it's people.
Well, certain people are hung, Lillian.
Here you say lynched. But you always did mangle the language.
Certain people are hung, Lillian, but I doubt they spend very much time with you.
Thank you. Listen. Ignore me at your peril. At your peril, I say.
Alright, let's buy his stupid book.
And I'll be rich. And so will those of you with the wisdom to pay attention.
We've got nothing else to do. Let's buy his book.
From the kind of rich fellow who doesn't give a fool a break, but cares about those who care about themselves. Come on. I want to help you.
Sir, have you heard about Bitcoin?
Partner?
Hello, friend. Do you want to be rich?
Sure, I'll take one.
That'll be $50.
$50 for a book?
And cheap at the price. You read this and you'll want to give me 100 more.
Sure, let's buy his stupid book.
Sure.
The best investment you'll ever make, my friend. Wake up! Please, for the
Welcome
love
to
of
your
all that's
past.
holy,
I'm gonna walk
talking
away from him.
money, people. Money! Do you
Out
want
of
it
the
or
damn
not?
way.
Buy this book. It's reasonably priced.
Let's go into the shady corner and have a wee read ourselves. Welcome to your passport to an earthly paradise. This tome that you hold is your passport. Liken it to one stamped with one when you disembark from a steamer ship in a foreign land to see exotic sights and smells, and a street urchin grabs your rucksack and leaves you with nothing. Yes, it is a passport to a land of opportunity that is just waiting for the ripe and rich mind of someone like yourself. A land that not only flows with milk and honey, but also wine to wet the lips of women, dry goods, rich silks, decorative commodities, and linens that Have your very initials embroidered. Have you ever thought in this world that you would be dabbing your chin from a delicious giblets made by servants? Then you could pull a rope, and a man in a fine suit brings you a cigar on a tray. Why, you could wipe your backside with fine linens, displaying your own initials every night, and a group of seamstresses would appear in your parlour to work needlepoint until they are bloody in the fingers to fashion another set for the following day. Listen to me, friends. This has happened to literally every person who has read this book, this precious tome. This is a long fucking book. Is this like the whole book?
Damn that fire water.
It's night! We're not reading the whole book. Like, fuck, are we reading the whole book? I wonder how far we're gonna get before Nightingale comes along. It's interesting that you move faster in first person than you do in third person as well. Hey, boy. Let's get along, boy. Oh yeah, I have to go around the back, don't I? Excuse me, pardon me. Excuse me, shrubbery. Up and over. And through the door.
Oh, it's you.
I got his letter.
Mr. Arthur.
Sir?
Education is the most wonderful thing. It'll raise us higher and higher. Make civics and ethics less a work of dirty-minded pragmatists like me, and the calling of higher, better men.
Here, here.
Without it, we are savages. But with learning, why, in 50 years, man will put down his guns and start living a life of relentless purity.
Here. Here.
But the rich can be so very self-absorbed.
How can I help?
You can't.
We need all our strengths. That's the point. We've gone over this.
Violence is never right.
I agree with you. But it's not violence. It's the mere threat of violence.
Against whom?
Oh. Against Hector Fellow's worst nature. To convince him to make good on his promise to help finance the library.
Who is he and where do I find him?
He's a newspaper man. And
He's leaving town on a coach, heading to his country estate because he doesn't like your heavy-handed approach.
Well, he certainly won't like my heavy-handed approach.
Thank you, Mr. Arthur.
You'll spot him on the
Tension
road
there
with the
between...
bike. He has
Oh,
a
they're
red
still going.
coach. So we are clear. I do not approve of this behavior.
Some tension there between the mayor and his aide. Okie dokie. Board the stagecoach. Come on, Nightingale, pick up the pace. It's always so hard to get to Saint Denis because the game slows you down.
Stop the coach!
Who the heck are you?
Hey, hold it. I'm getting in. Okay, drive.
Howdy, mister.
What the hell do you want?
Mr. Fellows, ain't it? Charity, sir. And an appeal to your better nature.
This is most impudent.
Oh, no, it's not most impudent. Trust me, buddy. I can get a whole lot more impudent, but this is a good cause for a wealthy man such as yourself. The chance to add some dignity to all that wealth.
Dignity?
By helping to finance a library in town. Think of the prestige, sir.
Oh, get out of my carriage.
But the mayor...
The mayor? The mayor is a crook.
Me too. And I'm a real crook.
I will not be bullied by you, sir. Get out of here.
Oh, I'm sorry, was that? Yes, I'd like to finance...
No one is helping this man. I love how his driver just didn't stop.
That wasn't difficult. You know, they say it's better to give than to receive. And certainly in the case of a beating, I know that's true. Now, the mayor awaits your check, sir. Been a pleasure. There's a good man in there. Let him live a little more. Driver, hold up.
I'd still give him 5 stars.
Drive on.
Return to the mayor's house after dark. Alright, let's camp. Let's make camp and go to sleep. Till nighttime. God, you ever slept for 18 hours uninterrupted before, chat? It is both a blessing and a curse. Come on. You don't seem to lose anything from not tearing down the camp, I've noticed. At some point we need to head into the bayou and hunt some of the night folk, I think. We need to do some explorations of the night folk and the Skinner brothers and the Murphy's brood. And the ghosts and the monsters and the creatures that we encounter in this game. That's one of the things I like about Red Dead Redemption 2 is there's just enough input of the supernatural that it has this otherworldly feature. It was the same with the first Red Dead. And then they made a DLC where everyone became zombies. And it was one of the greatest DLCs ever made.
Oh, Arthur, it's you. Come in.
Where's what's-his-name?
Jean-Marc is a little histrionic. I'm worried that he's going to open his mouth and say things that aren't true to those vulgar Puritans at the newspaper. Well, perhaps true, but not the whole truth. Look at these beautiful books. This is magnificent. will bring this city back to life if it kills me, and it probably shall.
Yes.
I have 2 copies of this book. This is an old field guide. Might be of some interest to you, maybe not. But please have it. It's worth quite a bit.
Thank you.
My pleasure. Listen, Mr. Arthur.
What's the most expensive book you own, chat?
I'm sorry to ask this of you. You've done so much, but...
But what?
Jean-Marc. I'm afraid he's going to open his mouth and say things.
How'd you mean?
Saying nasty things about the work that we have done together, for example.
Is that my business?
Oh, no. Of course not. He also found out some unsettling news about you. It's all scurrilous lies, of course. But...
What sort of news?
Oh, I do not talk about idle gossip. Please, I'm a public servant, and we are friends.
Where do I find him?
Well, he does live over on Rue de Zachary.
Rue de Zachary.
Thank you, Arthur.
I think the only book I still own with a hard copy of Revenge of the Sith. Fair enough. I have a little library. There are books all over my place. Old school textbooks, yep. Most expensive book I own is... In fact, I can go get it. I know where it is. Maybe I don't know where it is. The Cinema Book. 3rd edition. By the British Film Institute. That book. Let's see how much that book's currently going for, shall we? The Cinema Book 3rd edition. The hardcover is £120. £120. That'll be about $130 something for our American audience.
What?
Alright, let's go pay Jean-Marc a visit. How is he not constantly looking over his shoulder? I mean, there's also the D&D books I own. Those are fairly expensive.
Why you want to go and say those awful things about me, buddy? Best not to make a big drama of things. Come on, let's go see your boss. This is gonna hurt, but it's for the best.
Yeah, like the Vampire the Masquerade book I own is like 50 quid. And I own 3 D&D books that I think were 90 quid in total. But why are the police after us? We're working for the mayor. This is the most legal thing we've done. And that's really sad. Actually, I nearly picked up another, Which rule book are we... Oh, are we talking Vampire the Masquerade or... Dungeons and Dragons? I hated to do it, but I sold most of my books, VHSs and DVDs to raise money to travel to Europe several times. I mean, you know, that's fair as well. Like... it was 90 quid. It was a trilogy of things. Real world experiences are, well, they are the basis of all stories.
I've missed you. I've missed
Material goods are temporary, memories are forever.
Yeah, he had a fall. He might be a little woozy.
Oh, the poor boy. Jean-Marc, can you hear me?
Where am I? Lemieux.
5e rules.
What have you done?
Oh, you had an accident, Jean-Marc. Thank the Lord, our friend was there to find you.
Really, I don't remember so well.
No. Here. My brother.
Yeah, it was an edition of like the 5e rules, the monster handbook, and I think the player handbook.
Jean-Marc, we've been so... I promise to change.
I know.
What a silly misunderstanding. You see, the problem is principles will destroy us all.
Sure. As long as you two are friends again.
Yes. And you say you've changed, so we will run the city like men of honor, like you said.
Of course. We will strive to improve the city's moral backbone by any means available to us.
Within reason, yes.
Yes. Within my reason. Because I'm the mayor, Jean-Marc. And I will save you from yourself. Because it's better to get something done than nothing at all, like you said.
Utterly corrupted, Lemieux. You've not changed at all. I've been supplanted in your esteem by a wanted murderer. You shame me.
No, sir. You shame me with your vain naivete. Oh, how I long for the luxury to have principles such as you. But I must actually do things.
I see now. You're lost to reason.
Yeah. And I see now that you're a horrible little wretch and a sinner yourself. Your sin is deluded vanity. Now, sir, I am afraid that you must kill him. I will pay you handsomely. And Jean-Marc, I will miss you.
Who saw this coming? I did.
Kill him.
It must be so. Please.
You're not really going to kill me, are you?
Thought I might.
But all I did was love too much.
Love?
My duty.
Yeah, but you're running your
I'll
mouth
leave you out
about
of it.
me, buddy. And him.
He'll betray you just like he's betrayed me. Lemieux is a foul rat. But I'm a man of my word. Let me live and I'll destroy him. And I'll make sure you're left well alone. Come on, please, come on. You wouldn't shoot a sad little man, would you?
Might be a brute, but I'm not a paid killer. Get out of here. Don't mention me, boy.
Gotta make it look realistic. We ain't no mayoral thug. Arthur of the earlier chapters probably would have done it. But Arthur of the later chapters? Nah. We're not that kind of person anymore, chat.
You better hold it right there.
Why?
Go ahead. Keep moving. See what happens.
I didn't do anything. I mean, I'm wanted dead or alive, but I always took that as more of a suggestion. Let's flee into the bio. I hate this city. God, there's so many of them. I hate Saint Denis. Time to flee into the bio. I'll go live out there with the crocodiles and the cannibals. They're much nicer company. Ah, the old base. And with that, ladies and gentlemen, and all who lie out with and between, I'm going to call it a night. So, we'll be back tomorrow with more Red Dead Redemption, where we're going to head over and talk to Dutch. And, yeah, I'm going to end the recording here.